Hey there folks, welcome to the channel. I'm glad you can make it because in today's episode we're going to be making a beautiful sausage from the south of France called Saucisse De Toulouse. Now we do make a lot of sausage here on this channel at varying difficulty levels, and I would consider the Saucisse De Toulouse a fairly easy sausage to make. And while I do believe this is a great sausage for anyone to make regardless of where you're at in the craft, it is perfect for the beginner. This is a very simply seasoned sausage that's coarsely ground and stuffed into a casing, so you don't have to worry about curing salts and smoking schedules or anything like that. This very easy to make fresh sausage can often be found in the cassoulet, which is a French casserole from the same area. So let's just jump right on into it and make the Saucisse De Toulouse.
Today's sausage is going to be a 100% pork sausage. Combination of different meats here. We've got some pork back fat. There's a little pork shoulder. And then we've got some fatty pork belly. A little combination of all three. And what we're looking for is a fat percentage of about 25. So 75% lean, 25% fat. And we're going to cut the meat up and the fat into pieces that are small enough to fit into our grinder. Once we do that, we're going to place everything into the freezer because we want the temperature of the meat and fat to be below 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's look at the spices. For the Saucisse De Toulouse, we're going to keep it very simple. Matter of fact, you could just go salt and pepper and that would be fine. But we're going to go salt, white pepper, a little garlic powder, a touch of nutmeg, and then of course we're going to flavor blast it with savory. Totally an optional ingredient, but if you have it, you should use it. We're also going to be using about 5% white wine. Use your favorite white wine for this recipe. It's going to bring an incredible amount of flavor, and that's it. Very simply seasoned sausage. When it comes to grinding, this is going to be a coarse grind sausage. You could either choose to do 10 millimeter, you could go 12 millimeter if you want. I think today we're going to go with the, let's see here, 10 millimeter plate. I think it works for me. You do want to make sure that the plate and the knife are both sharp, and so if you run your fingers across the little holes, they should feel as if they're grabbing your finger, like there's a very defined edge on the plate. And this is absolutely perfect. A little spritz with oil on the face that the grinder knife is going to be sitting against. That's going to lower the amount of friction, lower the heat. It's going to give us a better product. And then we're going to do the exact same thing for the auger, the part that connects into the motor. We're going to spritz that down with a little bit of oil. And that's going to also reduce the amount of friction, reduce the amount of heat that's generated. So these are just tiny little things you could do to improve the quality of your sausage. Get everything assembled in the number 12 grinder from the sausage maker. And the meat has just come out of the freezer. And you should have a target temperature of below 34 degrees Fahrenheit. Partially frozen is ideal. You don't want it completely frozen. So you want the meat to be cold, maybe even a little firm, but still have a little give to it. If it's like frozen ice blocks, then your grinder will shave the meat and the fat, at which point you're going to have fat smear. So partially frozen, this is perfect. I'm going to go ahead and grind this up and get right back to you. Very nice, coarse grind, looks beautiful. 25% fat distribution, I love it. At this point, we just need to mix all the ingredients together. I'm using a stand mixer. You can do this with your hands. It really doesn't matter. If you're going to be using a stand mixer, it comes together incredibly quick. So you just want to make sure you don't overmix it. In goes the spices. Get that incorporated right here. And then we're going to add our wine. Already starting to smell absolutely beautiful. What we're looking for is a very sticky meat farce. If I grab a small handful, it should stick to the underside of my hand. And if you notice that the meat isn't mixing very well because it's sticking to the paddle, just stop the mixer, remove it from the paddle, and then continue mixing. Beautiful sticky farce right there. Let's flip the hand over. All right. Good deal. Let's get this into a casing. We're going to be putting this in a 5-pound sausage stuffer with a 3/4 inch horn. This is from the sausage maker. And in my opinion, a dedicated sausage stuffer is the single piece of equipment that will immediately make your sausage better. So if you're using a KitchenAid or a grinder to stuff your sausage, consider a sausage stuffer. I'll put a link in the description box below, and you won't regret it. Trust me. Okay, the casing size that we're using for the Saucisse De Toulouse is a 29-32 millimeter casing. This is kind of my go-to casing for most sausage. If you happen to have some on hand that are a little bigger, that are a little smaller, not a problem. These were rinsed and flushed and soaked overnight, and look at how beautiful and translucent they are. If you have a very opaque casing, a very thick-walled casing, you run the risk of the sausage not being very tender, not being very snappy. So put a little bit of that water inside the casing. Lubricate the horn, and the casing should flow freely back and forth if it's on there properly. So you should be able to slide it back and forth with no issue, just like that. And if you can do that, you are headed in the right direction. If your casing feels like it's sticking, it either means there's not enough lubrication on it, or your horn is too big. Just reduce the size of your stuffing horn. Once again, back and forth. Excellent. Okay, if you want to tie off your casing now, you can. Just make sure you prick a little hole in it so the air can escape. We're going to get that meat to the very end of that horn and then tie off our casing. And that way we could just go ahead and start stuffing without any problem. But however you choose to do it is fine. There's really no right or wrong answer right here. Even pressure with our thumb and our forefinger. We want the casing to be full, but we don't want it so full that we can't pinch it. We should be able to pinch a section of it and it leave an indentation. Just like this right here. See that? Small indentation when I pinch on it. That's absolutely perfect. That lets me know that my sausage is plump enough, but it's not overstuffed, so when I pinch it, it won't rupture in my hand. If you feel like your casing is too full and you can't pinch it, just relax your thumb and your forefinger as you're stuffing it, and that will lessen the amount of meat going into your casing. It does take a little practice to get it just right, but after you know what you're looking for and you've done it once or twice, you'll get the hang of it. I will say that it is better to understuff than it is to overstuff, because you can always tighten the sausage when you link it. Whereas if you overstuff, you might not be able to link it at all, and it might be just better to leave it as a coil. Okay, now that we're done, we've got the excess meat pushed out of the horn with that sausage stuffing horn cleaner. Link in the description if you need one of those handy tools. And now we just need to form our links. So I'm finding a spot on my tray. Right here we got, 5-6 inch links. We're going to give it a pinch. That sets the stage for your twist. And at this point, we're going to twist it 3 times forward. If you find your sausage to be a bit soft, continue to twist it until you reach the desired level of plumpness. The next link, we're going to pinch it and twist this link 3 times toward us. So we're going to be alternating the direction that we twist our sausage. There we go. Nice even links. Once again, find a mark on my tray. This one, we're going to twist away from us. So we're going to pinch and then twist away. We're going to pinch and twist towards us. And if your sausage is stuffed properly, this process right here should happen pretty quick. Once we're done, we're going to prick out any air pockets. So I have a sausage pricker here. And pricking out the air pockets is going to keep any type of rendered fat from pooling inside the sausage. If you have pooled fat inside your casing, then that could potentially cause a tough and chewy casing. We certainly don't want that. So prick the sausage all over. And now that we're done, we're going to place this in the refrigerator overnight, which technically you don't have to. This is a fresh sausage. You could cook it right now. It'd be totally fine. But I want all those flavors to come together, and an overnight rest in the fridge will dry these little twists up so that tomorrow when we cook it, sausage meat isn't pouring out of the sides as the sausage expands during the cooking process. This is the next day. Check that out. Absolutely beautiful. The sausage has had a chance to rest 1 day in the fridge. Now at this point, you can freeze this if you want to cook it later. Or you could cook it, which is what we're going to do right now. And how you cook it is up to you. For today's sausage, we're going to go pretty simple. A little bit of oil, cast iron skillet, then we're going to finish it in the oven. But if you want to cook this on your grill, if you want to poach these, if you want to cook it, sous vide, you could do that, certainly. The recipe link in the description box below is going to have a lot of different cooking options for this fresh sausage. In the event you want to, experiment with a couple different ways. Each way is going to have its own, unique flavor. Like I said, a little bit of oil, medium heat. All we're doing here is giving the sausage a little bit of color, front and back. We're going to put it on a tray and in an oven. I've got the oven set to about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to continue to cook these till we get to an internal of 150, and they are officially done.
Give it a smell. Oh, wow. Oh, that smells wonderful. Very simple. The pork is coming through. The wine is actually coming through quite nice. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, let's just give it a bite. Saucisse De Toulouse, going in. Oh. That's delicious. For it being so simply seasoned, that is packing a tremendous amount of flavor. Wow. Such an easy sausage to make and so incredibly flavorful. The pork is super juicy, very nice texture. Love the mouthfeel of this sausage. Very tender bite on the casing, so it just elevates that experience. Wow, that's delicious. You can keep the seasoning for this sausage ultra simple, salt and pepper, or even play around with it if you want, but not too much, because then you get away from the essence of the Saucisse De Toulouse. I think adding wine, a little garlic, touch of nutmeg, and definitely that savory really just added just a couple different layers of complexity. I know that savory did. Let me just, one more time here. Take a look at that coarse grind. The bind was absolutely perfect. No binder. The only liquid was 5% wine. I feel rude. I'm jamming down on this sausage right in front of your face. It's just so good. I love it. This should definitely be on your short list of sausages to make, especially if you're just getting started in the craft of sausage making. Not only is it incredibly easy to make, but it's ultra delicious. I'm going to put a recipe link for our Saucisse De Toulouse. You'll find it in the description box below. And if you have any questions about this recipe, let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed today's episode, give it a thumbs up. If this is the first video that you've seen from us and you enjoy sausages, do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. We've got a lot of really incredible charcuterie related content on the horizon. And although you did catch us at the tail end of Celebrate Sausage Season 6, don't worry, I'm going to put a playlist right about here at the very end of the video so you can start from the beginning and get caught up. We've had some incredible sausage recipes so far, and tomorrow we're going to be making another one. A classic Italian sausage that's over 500 years old. I don't want you to miss it. So be sure to stay tuned. Same time, same place here at the Two Guys in a Cooler channel. Thanks a lot for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I love what the wine is doing for this sausage. Incredible. That is surprisingly good. I feel like I need to go out and make the French cassoulet with this sausage, some beans, maybe some duck confit. Oof.